Well, every couple has occasional fights or disagreements, but in Danielle and Yohan's case, their time together was filled with everything from minor arguments to major blow-ups. It has had them questioning if they really were right for each other.
¿Cómo te pareció el apartamento?
Es linda, pero ¿puede ayudarme con alquilar?
Yo puedo ayudarte con 5,000 pesos de mi sueldo. No puedo más.
5,000 pesos. Es $90. Tú estás loco. Tú cocinas, tú limpias toda la casa cada día. Yo pagar por todo. Tú necesitas hacer las cosas. Tú estás mi esposa.
Yohan told me yesterday that he thinks that my relationship with my ex, Talon, is more important than my relationship with him. I'm hoping that once he sees how much I'm willing to do to celebrate him, that he understands that he's my first priority and there's nothing that comes before him.
Hey, se pasaron ahí. ¿De quién fue el plan?
Yo.
Ah. Gracias por estar ahí en este día tan especial.
Te faltó una cosa que tú no dijiste.
¿El qué?
Gracias a tu esposa, Daniela.
Por esa sorpresa.
Excuse me.
Quieres ver a tu amigo un día antes de mi cumpleaños. ¿Cómo tú crees que yo me siento?
Tú no sabes nada.
Yo no sé nada, ¿qué? Tú eres la que tiene que explicarme la cosa a mí.
Tú no sabes nada. Toda mi vida es para ti. Toda mi vida es para ti.
How do you feel looking back at that?
That was heartbreaking. That was really hard. I think because it was the first time I saw how cold he could be. And I love his family so much, and I didn't want them to see that. And I was really upset that he humiliated me in front of his family, and I think I could never show face in front of them the same way again.
And it's still kind of raw.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. I kind of blocked it out.
Yohan, you see Danielle here, very emotional. I think a lot of people are wondering, why didn't you thank her at the birthday party?
Aquí tú no puedes venir a hacer lo que te dé tu gana y que salir con el pareja estando casada con tu esposo. Yo no.
I don't think one thing has anything to do with the other. You know, I feel like that was a separate issue. We could have had that conversation any other day. You know, it didn't need to infiltrate the birthday party. I feel like that was a separate thing.
I know I'm like him. If you told me that the day before my birthday with a newer marriage, that's ruining my birthday, and I'm not gonna be able to separate the two issues. It's all I'm gonna be thinking about because you're bringing stress into the relationship. Because for you, it may be normal that that's a friend, but to him, he views it as a threat.
I agree. I think this was avoidable. When you bring an ex into it, an ex-fun bunny guy, it's insulting.
Yeah.
It really is, because we don't bring guys that we used to have fun with and no commitment with and flaunt it in front of our husband who we love, care, and cherish. But with Talon coming in, that's disrespectful. Your husband needs to be respected.
Oh, whoa, okay, Debbie's getting applause from Yohan. Yohan, Danielle says that you are very jealous. Do you think you are a jealous person?
Pero, ¿quién no va a ser celoso? Que te diga tu pareja, voy a verme con un ex. Aunque usted no es celoso, usted va a sentir celos, mi hermano. Si usted siente algo por esa persona.
I feel like Danielle can't catch a break here because personally, I feel like I am that person that's always like, oh, they're going out with their ex or whatever. But I should be beyond that. I'm old enough, like I need to have evolved to be like, I need to trust the person. If I can't trust them, well then why am I in the relationship to begin with? Do you know what I mean? I also feel...
Yeah, but I don't
But it's a new
necessarily think
situation for them. This is the first of that problem.
Yeah,
Right,
and I don't
a
know
new
that
marriage.
it's trust. Jealousy and trust are different. So maybe he trusts her, but he's still jealous.
He feels
Because
it's
of the
disrespectful.
respect. It's
Exactly.
exactly.
He feels it's
the respect.
disrespectful.
Danielle, just to flip script, I'm just curious. It's your birthday. He tells you, my ex is in town and I want to have dinner with her, but you're invited.
I would invite her to my birthday party. I'll be like, I want to meet this. Like I'm
feel
a
like she's telling
completely
the
different
truth.
person.
Yeah.
I'm like completely different. I'm a different breed, you know? Like invite her over. I'd love to meet her. I got a lot of questions. The only like people that I've ever met in Yohan's life are like 2 friends that I met once, and I don't know anybody else. So like I don't know anything about his exes. I don't know anything about his life before me. It's almost like he was dropped from the sky and placed in front of me. So I'm very different in that I want to meet all the people. I want to know about you. So that's kind of why I approach my life that way too. No one else is a threat to me because no one else is me. Like,
But you're acknowledging how unique you are. So wouldn't you think that you already go into it assuming that no one else is going to be this way and certainly not your husband?
I mean, he knew I was that way when he met me. In the beginning, I think Yohan was just like, yeah, I trust you. We need to work on communication. And then as the relationship progressed, he kind of dug his heels in a little bit more about a lot of things, not just this. So I don't want to pretend that I'm something that I'm not, you know? Like, either you love me and you trust me, or you're never going to be happy in this relationship with me because I live in the world. Like, I don't, you know, keep to myself. I have a big circle, you know?
But he said he loves you and he said he trusted you. What he said is that it hurt him.
Yeah.
Right? So that's different.
If you said like, hey, I'm inviting you to come, but if you don't want me to go, then we just won't go. But it was never given to him as an option of it just not happening, period. It was either you come with me or I go alone. Yeah. What if he just wasn't comfortable with that?
I think that would be really dangerous for our relationship.
For him to not want to have a hangout session with the last guy you were sleeping with?
I mean, for him to decide that who my friends can be, yeah, that would be a problem for me. It almost seems like your wife is property, and I should have a say over what she does.
I think you should have some say-so on what your husband does. Like, that's part of a marriage or a partnership.
It's both ways, because you tell him what to do all the time. And he just told you, like, this one thing he didn't want you to do.
Isabel, would it be okay if
you don't even gotta ask that question.
met up with a former love and went to see that person without you?
Absolutamente no.
No. It's kind of like a sacrifice. Like, when you married him, you gotta sacrifice some things. Not like all your friends, but it's like, maybe I won't hang out with friends that I had sex with.
Pero para mí no es un sacrificio. La palabra no es sacrificio. La palabra es más respeto.
Yo estoy de acuerdo contigo. I think it's a respect issue. It's not him controlling you.
But Tim and Veronica, you guys are exes and hang out all the time.
We do. But, and I will say, first of all, we deal with all kinds of drama for it. And we've both had situations where we've made plans and we've had to call each other and be like, hey, look, I told my boyfriend, I told my girlfriend, they're not comfortable with it, and I have to prioritize my partner right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
We also didn't talk to each other for a year.
After we broke up.
After we broke up, right? So, like, I think it's a little different.
Because again, you have to have boundaries. Like, and we know all about boundaries, don't we, Veronica?
Yes, we do.